What's up guys, it's your boy Steven Storm once again. Welcome back to my tutorial. What's up guys, it's your boy Steven Storm once again. Welcome back to my studio, welcome back to my channel. It's been a great time. I believe you guys have been tuning in and you've been watching my videos. I've been releasing content here and there. Sometimes I release two content in a day. I hope you've been tuning in, you've been watching. If you're new to this channel, if you're a new member, please subscribe and smash that like button and stay tuned because today we are going to learn about gimbals. And for that case, you see this right here? We want to find out if Steadicams are still a thing to go to in the year 2020. So stay tuned and don't change that dial. Choo! Alright, so welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited today because I've been putting content and I've just been feeling like energized just to give you guys content after content, something that helps you even in your journey of how do you call it, your journey of filming, photography, editing, name it all those things, just to teach you and show you some of the skills, some of the tips I have for you guys, and just to show you the way to take as a creative and also as someone who is a beginner and wanting to learn about film and all that. All right, so today in this film we are figuring out if stabilizers, specifically Steadicam, are a thing to go for in the year 2020. Is using stabilizers, is using specifically a Steadicam a thing to go for? Would you buy a Steadicam in the year 2020? Well, I'm gonna grab mine behind here somewhere so that I have it in my hand. Just a minute. So this right here is my Steadicam, and I've been using for this thing for a while. And I love this thing so much. I'm gonna give you the pros and cons about this thing, and probably you can decide for yourself if it's a thing you can go for in the year 2020. For me personally, this is something that I will still purchase even in this year because I love it. I love it. We're gonna see the pros and cons about Steadicam, and we're gonna figure out if it's something that you can buy in this time, in this year, just to help you in your filming. All right, so let's get into this. So the first thing I would say about a Steadicam is the experience that I've had with it. A Steadicam is this Steadicam right here is something that I've really used for quite some time. I've shot weddings with it, I've shot music videos, I've done a lot of projects with this Steadicam, even some of the church projects I've done with this Steadicam right here. So for me, it's something that I would say that have helped me a lot, and I've found ways even to use it personally and also learn things about it, because learning a Steadicam, if you're just like new to this thing, is something that it's a learning curve to you, because definitely when you're starting to use this thing for the very first time, you'll find difficulty with it, and sometimes you will even say like, this thing doesn't work, this thing, throw it away. Yeah. But the truth is, this Steadicam is something amazing, and for the budget, this is something that you want to go for. So let's get into the pros of Steadicam. So the first pro that I would say for the Steadicam, this thing doesn't use batteries. That's a big bonus right there. So this Steadicam doesn't use batteries. You don't need batteries to charge it. You see, like these other motorized stabilizers like the Ronin S, Ronin M, these other you know the ones that use battery power that needs charging all the time. For this right here, you don't need the charging. You are always just on the go. You just have to toss your camera on top of it and then just shoot, man. Shoot. So that is the first pros about this thing. The second pro about this thing is that it's cheap. Steadicam is so cheap. Anybody can afford this thing. I bought mine at around what was the price? $200. That's like 20,000 Kenya shillings. So it's so cheap and it's affordable. So this is something that you can buy, and also to improve your filming and get those smooth shots that you want to get. So make sure that you get yourself a Steadicam if you're a beginner, or even if you are someone that is established already and you don't want that hassle of charging and walking around with the motorized things that might shock you. Get this Steadicam today and right now to change your life. The third pro about this thing. It's so easy to balance this thing compared to other motorized gimbals. It's not that tough to balance it. It's actually easy. I would say that in comparison with some other gimbals, because apparently if you compare my Steadicam with, let's say, Ronin M, where you have to balance this side, you have to balance this side, you have to balance this side. You see, for this one right here, this is the what do you call this? You used to see fulcrum or something, but this is the gimbal here. You see this area right here, this is the gimbal right here, of which this is already fixed. So the only thing that you need to balance when you put your camera on top here are these adjustments that won't take you so much time, these little adjustments. But when it comes to things like Ronin M, you'll always find you have to twitch, you have to move the camera back, you have to see the lens, you have to check on the other side, you have to just check a lot of things. But for this, compared to that, I would say that this stabilizer, this gimbal, this Steadicam is easier to balance. The third pro about this is you can always toss it around. This is a metal, man. This is a metal. Everything is metal. You have not to worry about, oh, the motorized will break down, how will I fix it? You don't have to worry about anything like that. This is something that if you're going for a shoot, like, you grab it, you put it in the trunk of your car and you drive your way out. You don't have to worry about anything to do with oh, it's going to get spoiled, oh, it's going to... This thing is durable. It's durable. In fact, for that case, I'm putting up that point, like, durability. For durability, this thing is amazing. It's a metal, man. This thing is built like a tank. Basically, this thing is tough, and it can sustain any kind of weather, any kind of, you know, beatings and all that. This thing can stay for long, guys. This thing is durable. Mine right now, I think it's is it 2 years old or something? I think it's 2 years old and still look new. You can sell it at the same price. Those are some of the pros of this Steadicam. I won't get deep into it because I don't want this video to be so long. I'll get into the cons already. One of the cons about this thing is the fact that balancing it is also sometimes a little bit tricky. Every time you change a lens, you'll have to rebalance it depending on the lens size or the width. Anytime you change it, you'll have to balance it. And secondly, learning about Steadicam, it's something that you cannot learn within a day. It takes a while to learn this, which is different from other stabilizers like Ronin M, which is anybody can just fly a Ronin M. You know what I mean. After just, you know, putting the camera there and balancing it, if you give it to anybody, they can just fly it. You just have to touch it and walk in, walk out, walk in, walk out, just like that. Anybody can do that with the Ronin M. But this right here is a learning curve. I call this the manual gimbal, the manual gimbal, of which not anybody can. You cannot just put the camera on top of this thing and just expect anybody to fly it. They won't do it. It's hard. They will get footages like, wow, what the hell is this? What did you get? Bad footages. This thing takes time to learn. It's a learning curve. Knowing about Steadicam and balancing it and even flying it, it takes time to learn. So that is the second con about this thing, and I think those are the only cons about this thing. I'm not like wanting to talk about how this thing has no disadvantages. Basically, as long as you learn about it and you become a pro like me, you are good to go. And I've shot different kind of films with this gimbal, and I've shot like almost most of my music videos I've done with this gimbal. I've done a wedding with this gimbal. I've also done several music video shoots with this gimbal, and this gimbal has enabled me to achieve some of the amazing shots that I didn't even know that I could achieve, and it was so difficult to even achieve those kind of shots with just normal kind of shooting, you know what I mean. So a Steadicam is something for myself I would go for even in the year 2020, whether I'm a beginner or someone that is already established. I would still go for a Steadicam, because this is something that I don't have to worry about charging it. This is something that I don't have to worry so much about, you know, how delicate it is. I can just toss it around, and this is something that enables and challenges my mind even when I want to learn something. It makes me think outside the box and gives me ideas of how I can fly it in a different way that I would want. So get your Steadicam today and fly and make that. And for that sake, if you're a beginner, and let's say you're just starting up and you're under some budget and you're looking for some things that are small budget but can give you greater quality, I think a Steadicam is something that you should go for in order for you to achieve those smooth shots. Be patient with yourself when you're learning about this Steadicam, because it will take you a while, but eventually you'll be a pro in this thing, and when you're a pro, your footages will be king, if you know what I mean. So thank you guys for staying tuned. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe to my channel and also give me a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about getting a Steadicam in the year 2020, so that we may connect and keep the conversation going. I'll be sharing most of my videos and with you here and there, and I want to develop that attitude. I want to develop that habit of, you know, posting videos, maybe 3 to 4 videos in a week. If maybe I'm not talking about, it's not a face-to-face kind of communication with you guys, I'll just be giving you some screenshot of some effects maybe in my editing softwares, and also I'll be throwing out vlogs here and there. So again, if you're new here and this is your first time to be in my channel, consider subscribing, smash that like button, and also leave a comment there. Don't just walk away, leave a comment. We want to keep the conversation going. Yeah, see you guys.